everyone. So today's video is going to be my December favorites. I hope everyone had a lovely new year and a safe new year. I'm so happy that we made it to 2016. I'm looking forward to this year. 2015 was a great year. So if you want to see what I loved in the month of December, then go ahead and just keep on watching. Okay, so to start this video out, I'm going to start with lip products because there's a couple of them here that I've really been loving. So the first one is Ofra Brooklyn. As soon as I saw this color, I was like, do I want it? Do I not want it? Because it looks so different on different skin tones, so it's kind of hard sometimes to gauge what the lip color will look like on you. I had been looking for a nice deep brown color, and as soon as I saw this, I thought I'm going to have it. Any opportunity I got to wear it, I really loved wearing it. It is the color I'm wearing now. It looks darker and deeper on different people. I didn't pair it with a lip liner, so this is what it looks like just on its own for me. And with the Ofra ones, I really don't feel like I need a lip liner. The formula is amazing, and I've been really obsessed with their lip products. The most comfortable lip product I own, wears really nicely, doesn't wear off easily, doesn't transfer too much. Really gorgeous colors, so I definitely recommend them. They are a bit pricier, but there are a lot of coupon codes floating around from different YouTubers that you could look up. I believe there's a 30% off one right now that Kathleen has. I'll go ahead and leave her coupon code for these in the description box if you are interested in getting some. I would highly recommend it. So this is Ofra Brooklyn. So the next color I've been really loving is a NYX Liquid Suede color, and this one is in Cherry Skies. This formula is pretty unique, just not completely matte. It's not like a really harsh matte like this one. It's a really nice formula that they have. It's a bit tacky when it goes on, and it takes a hot minute to really settle down so you get the true wear of it. But once it's on, and it is, the color payoff is great. And these came out earlier this year, and once they came out, I was on top of them. Once they came out, I really just wanted to purchase as many colors as I could, and this one hands down was my favorite for the month of December. It's like a deep red with like a burgundy undertone. It's on, it just looks like a deep burgundy-ish red, but it isn't like any of the ones I have currently, and that is the color Swatched. You can see it's more reddish burgundy, but it is seriously a gorgeous color. I really liked wearing it during the holidays when I didn't want to go with that true bright red quite yet. So this is the NYX Liquid Suede Cherry Skies. Okay, so the next color I want to talk about is a Sephora lippy. So my best friend who saw this on someone and she was pretty obsessed with it, so she asked the person what it was. This is what the color is. She, can I tell you, never stopped talking about this lip color. Like, you could swear she was working, like, you could swear she was in the Sephora marketing team, and this was her only job, to sell this lip cream for like the month of December for the whole year. So I kept giving her a hard time. I was like, no, I don't know if I like it. And she's like, no, it's like the perfect red. It dries so gorgeously, blah, blah. Anyway, she would not let up, and I finally got it. And it is the Sephora Cream Lip Stain, and it's in the color 01. These do dry down matte, and I can tell you that when it first went on, I was like, this is a little too orangey red for me. Like, I wasn't really feeling it. And then once it completely dried, it was the most gorgeous, like, Christmas holiday red. Super gorgeous. I wore this when I had like family gatherings because I had a couple during the holidays, and I absolutely loved it. It just made me feel so festive. The color was so gorgeous. The color payoff is really nice, and it wore really well. So I was impressed with that, especially because during the holidays, sometimes I don't even want to wear lipstick during the holidays because I know I'm going to go in once that food comes out. So I try not to, you know, get too messy. But this one really wore well, and I really loved it. So that is the color right there. It does, I don't know if it's my lights or what, but when I try to put it on and I have my lights on, it looks a little orange, but I promise you it is like a nice true red. Really gorgeous color. So this is the Sephora Cream Lip Stain, and it's in the color 01. So the next product I want to talk about is a highlight. I guess you could say during the colder season, I have been feeling the more frosty, cooler tone pinky highlights, just because I want to feel like a total freaking ice queen when I'm highlighting. And I'm a lot lighter during the winter, so sometimes the peachier, more golden highlights don't look as great on me. So this color is one of the Ofra collab with the Instagram page DupeThat. Pretty much the girls that will look for dupes of hand products and look for more affordable dupe. Really cool page. So that is the highlight. It looks very pinky, and it's a very and it's a cooler highlight. They came out with 2 highlighters and this was one of them. This one is in You Glow Girl. When they finally came out with the pan form instead of the big package, I gave it and bought it just because to me, I really like the pan form products more because I can pop them in my Z palette and they just seem a lot more convenient to me. And that's pretty important to me just because when I travel, I try not to take like hordes of makeup with me. So if I can consolidate all of my favorite products in a palette, in a Z palette, that's perfect for me. So this for me, I think was like a really, really good bargain because I got it during like Black Friday. So it was like 50% off. So I got this for pretty cheap. It looks small, but you do get a lot of product and it's a highlighter, so I don't feel like I needed like a full huge pan because I haven't hit pan on any of my highlighters, so it seemed kind of wasteful to me to get a huge one when I knew I wasn't going to go through it that well. And I wasn't sure if I was going to really like the color once I actually tried them on my skin tone. I liked the other color, but I'm not too sure if it's just not meshing well because I'm not as tan. But this one has been my favorite. Let me just shut up and swatch it for you so you know why I'm jibber-jabbing about it. So that is the color right there. It is so gorgeous. It's super pigmented, super creamy, blends really well. Everything is finely milled, and it is a really, really gorgeous, it looks like a pinkish lavenderish kind of highlight. I'm sure it'll sit a little different on different skin tones, but for me, this is how it sits. I think it's really gorgeous, really perfect for those holiday seasons, for the colder weather when you want to look a bit more frosty. For my personal preference, I prefer these sort of highlighters during the colder season. And this is Ofra with the DupeThat collaboration in You Glow Girl. Okay, so the next product I want to talk about is a Sephora product, and it is their 24-hour glitter guard. I picked up this product when I was looking for a glitter glue, and I was going to get the Too Faced glitter insurance or glitter glue, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to pay 20 bucks for it just because I'll wear glitter, but it's not something that I wear like on the like I don't wear it super often. So for me, if I can get something smaller or a little bit more affordable, that would be fine because I know it isn't something that I'm going to go through quickly. However, when I picked this up, I used it for glitter, for loose pigments, but I also started using it for the ColourPop shadows, like more so the shimmery ones. For me, when I wear the shimmery ones, the intensity is great when I first put them on, but as I blink more, it just transfers a lot to the hoods of my lid, I guess you could say, and the crease, and I really don't like that, and it was kind of turning me off from wearing them for a while. The matte ones are fine, I don't have a problem with those, but it's the shimmery ones that I want to keep the intensity. I started actually using a little bit of this under the glittery ones, and it really, really helped. It has just really encouraged me to wear the shimmery ColourPop shadows again, just because I know they're going to stay. Once this is on, they're just going to stay put. They're not going to transfer, and it's just going to keep the intensity. So I would highly recommend this if you do wear ColourPop shadows, but you do have like a semi-hooded lid or hooded lid, because this really just keeps your shadow and it stays throughout the day. It is 24 hours. Trust me, it is 24 hours. And it works perfect for glitters, loose pigments, and cream shadows. Like I said, if you have the same problem I do. So I would highly recommend it. This was 14 bucks, and I think the Too Faced one is 20 bucks. So you save yourself about $6 and you get a pretty good amount of product. So this is the Sephora 24-hour eyeshadow primer glitter guard. Okay, so the next makeup product I want to talk about is this NYX the To Go palette, and this is in the color Wanderlust. There was 2 of them. The other one had more like green burgundy shades, I believe, and just different than highlighters. I kind of shied away from it just because there was no open palette for me to actually swatch and play with. I'm usually not a big fan of like the all-in-ones just because I like to place things in like Z palettes and put things that I love in those packages versus getting like an all-in-one and only liking a few things. So this is that's why I'm usually hesitant about buying products like this, just because most of the time I'm only gonna like about 3 things out of it, so for me it feels like a waste. Finally able to swatch it earlier in December. Let me tell you, I have not been disappointed. I used it when I did my drawer Christmas look, and I really, really loved it. I will say, when you dip your brush and everything, it's pretty dusty. I will say that, which I'm not really a big fan of, especially right here, because I don't really like this stuff to start getting powder all over each other. But however, if you just kind of blow it away, it'll be fine. The bronzer is great. The highlight is really, really great. The blush I'm not a big fan of. It's got like a sheen to it, and it's nice, but it isn't something I would wear on a day-to-day basis, and I would probably only wear it when I'm more tan, just because I do like to be a lot more shimmery and dewy when I'm tan. These eyeshadows though, I'm really, really impressed with. The color payoff is great, but they blend so well. The highlight shade really impressed, and I was kind of thinking that the highlight might not be as great as it looked. but once I wore it, I really was feeling it. So that is it right there. It is like a lighter champagne, warmer, like just a warmer highlight. It is a highlight I'm wearing now. I was able to create a look with these. Most of the time I would like more matte shades just to transition, but I wasn't able to create a look with this because I've used the bronzer as a crease color and then this color as well. And this one's matte. It looks like it has some sort of sheen in it, but it isn't anything that has appeared on my crease whenever I have used. So I'll go ahead and swatch some of the colors for you just so you can see. Go ahead and swatch the bronzer and the blush. The blush isn't really showing up because I guess the back of my hand is a lot more tan than I am, but I'm just not really a big fan of it. Like I said, the eyeshadows really are gorgeous. Great color payoff. They blend so well. These are the colors. I really like them. Like I said, they swipe really well. They blend out really well. And the one matte shade really does work well because you can build it up, but it is light enough to where you can use it as a lighter transition color. And like I said, I have used the bronzer as a transition color to deepen this up further. On the whole, I would say this palette is really well rounded. I have gotten a ton of use out of it. I think anybody can get a ton of use out of it. The colors are really great, really rich, really pigmented, and super blendable. So the next product I want to talk about is a brush. So when I was at Ulta, again, Christmas shopping, when I Christmas shop, it's the time where you see all the things you want for yourself, and then you start to think, wait, should I get this? But then you realize 'tis the season to not be greedy, but you still get a couple things for yourself. I don't know if everybody else has that problem, but when I'm Christmas shopping, I see all the things I want on sale and I'm like, oh, look, this is cute. And my husband's like, oh, for who? For me. And he kind of gives me the look like, hey, let's tone it down. It's not about you, it's about other people. So I have to bring it down to earth and realize that I have to shop for others. But while I'm shopping for others, I will throw a couple of things in the basket for myself to reward myself for being so giving. Anyway. So when I was at Ulta Christmas shopping, I saw this brush in the Essence section and I had been looking for a small thin liner brush just because I feel like my liner game has not been too strong. So I saw this one and I thought, it's $2, let's give it a try. It looked thin, it looked promising, and when I got it and I started using it, it has just completely changed the game. Like I can tell you that when I do eyeliner, I'm having less bad days to where, you know, you're doing your eyeliner and you really just Amy Winehouse it and it's just thick as can be because you're trying to fix it and you're trying to even it out. And it is super thin. The brush is usually white, but it kind of took on the role of my black liner. It's super thin. The tip is pointed so you can really get that nice little flick to sharpen out your wing. And it's not going to deposit a thick line up here, and it allows you really to get into the lash line with more detail. This brush was $2 and it really has changed and saved my liner game. Like, I am less fearful going into a wing liner now that I have this brush. So I would definitely recommend it. I know not a lot of brushes from the drugstore are really rock people's socks, but this one really knocked my socks off. So the next product I want to talk about, pretty sure everyone and their mom has been talking about this, thanks to Nikki Tutorials, who is, by the way, a freaking genius. This is the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shape Balm. When I first saw her use this, I was kind of on the fence just because I was nervous because my skin is super sensitive, like sensitive to every flippin' thing. I finally gave in and purchased this when I saw Kathleen Lights do her review on this. She primed half of her face with her regular primer and then the other half of her face with this. I think what really impressed me is that by the end of the day, her bronzer was still on. And for me, the first thing to kind of go is my bronzer, just because I'm either resting my hand a lot or if I'm flicking hair away from my face or anything like that. So when I saw that her bronzer was still intact, I got really excited because the last thing I want to go on me is my bronzer, just because these kind of start to look a little tore up. It's really important for me for my bronzer to stay on. So when I saw that her bronzer stayed on with this, I was really impressed. I did a whole trial run for myself. I wore it during the day and then I just kind of see how it went during the day, and I was super beyond impressed. Like, my makeup did not move an inch. Like, it looked like I had the same amount of makeup at 8 o'clock in the morning as I did at 9 o'clock at night. It doesn't give you any oil control. It doesn't provide any pore minimizing, because the normal cosmetic primers really are targeted for specific things like your pores. It's gonna give you that tackiness that you need when you want your makeup to just stay glued onto your face. So in conjunction with this, I have been using a pore minimizing primer. That is all I have been using. Once in a while, I will use the more mattifying primer in my T-zone area if I know I'm gonna have an oily day. But most of the time, I'm just using the pore minimizing primer right here and this all over my face. It has been working wonders. It was $4. The least amount of money I've ever paid for a primer. Really affordable product. If you do have a chance to get your hands on it, get it, try it out. If it doesn't work out, give it to your significant other, your dad, whoever, so they can use it post-shaving. So the last product I want to talk about is kind of random, but it is a favorites video, so I thought I would incorporate something of a clothing item just because the relationship I have had with this item this past month this past month has been so real. Let me rewind. I have a robe, and it's a Victoria's Secret robe that I got for my birthday years ago. I love it. It's great. The only thing is that it fits like a cocktail dress. It's pretty short, and when I have company over, I don't really want to wear a cocktail dress type of robe. Like, I want a long, full robe that I can just sit in all day. So I had kind of expressed that when around my birthday. So when I was out shopping with my friend, you know, we do all this stuff on Fridays, and I would see robes and I would just kind of like touch them and pet them, and I'm like, oh, I really want this robe. It was the holidays, so I really don't buy things for I really try not to buy things for myself. So that's why I was like, oh, after the holidays, I'll get myself a new robe. Well, she got me a robe for my birthday, and I live in it. I live in the robe. Like, the robe, it is just a long plush robe. It's super long. It goes like to my shins, which is great. Straps are on the waist as usual. There's pockets in the front. It just makes me feel like it is so Hugh Hefner. I just feel so freaking cool in this robe. It's looking a little purple rainish, but I really, really love it. It's warm, it's cozy, it just makes me feel so comfortable, and when I'm in this robe, I don't want to put real clothes on. I want to sit in the robe, watch Netflix, and not give a damn about what else is going on in life. She got this robe, I believe, at Kohl's. I was so in love with this robe, I ended up getting a robe for my sister and my niece for Christmas because I thought that if this robe was that significant to me, other people would really enjoy it. So if you are looking for a nice, cozy, warm robe, I would recommend going to Kohl's. Get yourself one of these. The brand is Sonoma Lifestyle, but this robe is life. I'm gonna wear it right now after I'm done filming and just edit and just love life. Thank you so much for watching. That concludes my December favorites. Don't forget to let me know down below what your favorites are for the month of December. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. All my social media is linked down below so that we can be friends. And I will see you guys in my next video. And I hope you guys have a great day wherever you are. Bye!